some things that I thought were important, and it is why online reputation is vital for your business. There's quite a few reasons, but just thought we'd go through a slideshow and talk it through. So let's get started. First of all, who we are. We like to say we're the fresh squeeze perspective you need for your SEO and marketing tools, if you want to say that. A little bit about me. I was a creative director first, and then I got into web design. That's been all part of it, which I love doing web design. My uncle was in marketing and SEO for almost 30 years in Orange County. That's where we're from. And he said, "Hey, girl, let's combine forces. You do web design, I'll teach you SEO." And I actually, super nerd, fell in love with SEO and loved watching people move up in the rankings and learning all about it and the different ways to do it. And it's just an ever-changing world, as I'm sure everybody knows. Complicated for sure. And in doing that over a few years, I started to realize that reviews and reputation and online word of mouth was kind of a really big deal and seemed to be a really effective way to gain a customer base, to gain more sales, to gain brand awareness. It just seemed to gain higher rankings. It was just a really great thing. And I started looking more into it and heard about reputation management. Of course, heard all the horror stories of bad reviews and people leaving a 1-star review because you were closed when they thought you might be open, and just weird stuff, and it just made your rankings go down. And I just thought it was really a great opportunity to take it to the next level and create a platform where we can actually engage with the customers and even get their feedback right away. So if they are unhappy, then we can address it before they go out and tell 20, 30, 40 people, including a bad review they might leave, which makes it hard to keep good standings with people and get people to keep coming back to your product. When they see those 1 stars, it's just bad. But then if you can correct it, you gain customer loyalty, et cetera, et cetera. But then also figuring out a funnel system, a way to get them to leave a review. Because I mean, as we all know, as business owners, once they walk out that door, the service is over, getting them to do that it's like pulling teeth. 90, I think it's like a crazy number, 95% won't even leave a review. But if you can engage with them and say, "Hey, we need the feedback, we love the feedback, please let us know," and have a system that approaches them and does it in a non-abrasive way, a non in their face way, but just a real natural business way, especially these days with COVID and quarantine and word of mouth and online. Everything's online. So, I started developing this program and putting in different other tools that I thought were great for being accessible to your customers, the phone bot, the chat bot, etc. And we came up with Pulp Reputation. And when I say we, I also have my business partner, Maria, who is amazing at marketing, also knows the world. She's been in it, and she had some great insights. And we just really had the same purpose of how can we make a product that is affordable, that makes sense, that is automated pretty much, but that works, that actually works. And so that was a long story, gone a little more than short, but that's who we are and how this all came about. And really, you can read it right there. It's about making your marketing tool, making a marketing tool that's bold. And Pulp OC was is my business, but this is kind of a branch off that, Pulp Reputation, and here we are. So what is reputation management and why is it so important? It is managing how consumers perceive you through online reviews and customer feedback, and then engaging and not fixing, but preventing bad reviews and gaining more good reviews and sharing those reviews and getting that energy of word of mouth and people talking about you and engaging and knowing what's going on in your company with that feedback. Also a great reason why I love this is because when you do get that bad feedback, you know what's going on in your company and you can address it. And as a business owner, sometimes those little things get by us. We don't know that this is happening or this is happening. And when those direct emails come to you and they say, hey, I had a bad experience because of this employee or because of this situation in the restroom or whatever, you're like, oh, I didn't even know that. So now you can fix it. And that's reputation management also. Okay, so what is the value of your online reputation? Does your reputation anchor all your marketing? Does your online reputation give you a competitive edge? Are you the obvious choice, in other words? Do you have a lot of stars and the most stars? And is everyone like, oh, wow, obviously everyone loves them? And does your online reputation affect how consumers choose to do business with you? So if it's bad, are they not choosing to do business with you? Are they going to this guy over here who has, 55 stars and you have a 2.4? I mean, who would you choose? It's a thing. It's a big deal. So again, why reputation is vital for local business, but also national business. In today's digital age, okay, here's what consumers have to say about the importance. 92%, huge. Search for local businesses online. And I mean, I say local a lot here, but it's local and national. I think everybody searches for business online, right? Like no one's going to the yellow pages anymore. And 86% of consumers read online reviews. 86%. They'll read them. I read them. I read them all the time. I love it, actually. I'm kind of, instead of going down the social media hole, I go down the review hole. It's kind of fun. And 78% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. So big numbers. So case study, Slack went from 8,000 users to 1 million in just 2 years with reputation, meaning reviews, spreading the word, people talking about them, everyone got to know them through word of mouth. That was their marketing strategy. 83% of Americans say recommendation from a review makes them more likely to purchase a product. We all know that. You're looking at a camera, you compare the two reviews. Social proof remains the number one instrument in overall marketing content and is so much more relevant these days. Exactly. I mean, that speaks for itself. And happy customers tell their friends, unsatisfied customers tell up to 50 people, not to mention the bad review that they could very well write that's going to see hundreds and hundreds of people. So it's, again, a big deal. Why online reputation is the competitive edge? Okay, which one would you choose? A with 3 stars, B with no stars, C with 5 stars. Pretty obvious. So these are the key factors. And again, I'm just kind of running through this stuff. I want you to, contact us, get in touch. We do demos. We can get way more in depth with all this stuff. But I just wanted to put this together because I had a lot of calls and questions about these things and thought, hey, let's just do it all in one shot. But key factors in reviews, average star rating, obviously, you want to be in a higher average. How many reviews you have. How often are you getting reviews? And what is the latest review that you had? And no joke, like if it's at this point now that if you haven't had a review and it's been 3 months and this person has had it a week ago, and a lot of them a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month ago, and just that consistency, people notice these things now. And if yours is like, I have gotten 2 reviews in a year and a half, I mean, come on, like it's a thing. So our program is all about making sure we get your average star rating up, making sure you're getting a lot of reviews. Google loves that also, by the way, and the frequency. So helping with SEO, making sure you're getting them frequently. So every time you have a client and you close a deal, you do your service, every time there's an automated system that says, hey, how'd we do? Let us know. And that's in place and it's working for you and working while you're sleeping. It's a great tool. And then how often, or excuse me, how soon or how recent. Okay, this was an aha moment for me. No matter the marketing channel, all roads lead to reputation. So this is how people think it works. It's how I thought it worked. you go to these associations, you go to, you're on a podcast, Facebook, you're talking to people, you do a Google ad, whatever, and you think, oh, I got them. They're going to go straight to my business and they're going to choose me. Nope. What really happens is that you do these things, they go and they check you out. They check out your website, they check out your reviews, they start looking at what you do, and then they start getting curious about, oh, okay, well, what else do other people do? Especially, if you're naming your prices. And let's say, for example, me, I want to get my hair done, and I'm in a town, and I'm looking at different salons, and this person, I met her and she's like, oh, she seemed cool or whatever, or he seemed cool. And then I go and I look at his prices. I'm like, oh, dang, like that's kind of expensive. I will look at other people. And I'm like, oh, he only has one review and it's a 1 star. Maybe not. So everyone goes here. That's my experience. And then they're going to do one of three things. They're either going to choose you and go, oh, yep, obviously they're awesome. Or they're going to go to your competitor because they're going to find out, oh, this person didn't have great reviews, didn't have a lot of reviews, doesn't have a lot of activity, but wow, this person has great prices, great reviews, et cetera, et cetera. It's like a restaurant, you know. I should have used a restaurant example. It's like any restaurant you want to go to, I'm looking at reviews. Especially, I'm in Austin right now looking for barbecue. You better believe we chose the one with 5-star review, and it was killer. And or they do nothing because they just decide whatever they decide for whatever reasons. But you want them to go to you, obviously. One review can cost you 30 customers for sure. So you have a happy customer talking about you. Look at all these people they're telling. These are possible people, clients, customers that will go to you. But if they're talking bad about you, they're not going to go to you. And these people will probably tell other people. So it's a real thing that happens. Another aha moment. I didn't realize improving your overall rating by just 1 star can lead to a 5 to 9% boost in revenue. I mean, huge. That's just because what that means is you have a 3.0 star rating average, and you look at your competitor and they have like a 4.2. You have a 3.2, they have a 4.2. They're going to choose the 4.2 mostly 90%. And so you boost yours up, you start getting more of that business. Customers are likely to spend 31% more on a business with excellent reviews. If you're not there, then you're losing that. That's how I look at it. If you were searching for a business, who would you call first? If they're in the top 3, or the cheapest, or the ones that just across the board, you're like, wow, they just look so good. They have all these reviews, great reputation. They're probably up there in the top because if you're getting that many reviews, Google loves that. And if you're offering, you don't want to be, if you are the cheapest, you are the cheapest. But yeah, excellent 5-star reviews and great reputation is usually where they go. So your next steps, that's our little Pulp reputation expert saying hi, ready for your call. Okay. Where are you currently with your reviews? So now we flip the switch. It's time to kind of next step dive into where are you? Are you 3 stars? Are you no stars? Are you 5 stars? Time to peel back peel back the curtain? No. Yeah. Open the curtain, see where you're at, see what's going on. Face it. Okay, top reasons why people don't review. They didn't have time, they forgot, and they don't know how. So what does that mean? That means these were things that we looked at while we were developing our program, and we said, okay, how can we what are the solutions to these 3 things? And that's what we did. And ours is a simple process. Again, real quick, the demos, and we'll go through all this a little bit more in depth, and we can be one-on-one, but this is an example of what you fill out, or your front house fills out, or however that works. I have a lot of doctors, and when they're leaving, the front desk says, okay, I'm going to check this email, I'm going to check the text, I'm going to put in their first and last initial, and I'm going to send it to them right when they walk out the door. So they're going to get an email, and then they're going to get a text and say, hey, how'd we do? This also goes into an automated um, uh, email blast out that we do. And not this exactly, but the same idea of right when they leave, they get that automated email, and then it prompts it every, I think it's 3, 7, and 10 days to say, hey, don't forget, leave us a review, or not leave us a review. How do we do? How do we do? Let's say that. And then you prompt them like this. This is kind of, in a nutshell, hey, how do we do? And they either click thumbs up or thumbs down. And we'll go through that in a second. But that's just like a really simple, like, hey, how do we do? Let's just get them engaged. And this is what I was talking about, easy reminders so they can do it at a time that works for them. So, we send out nothing crazy. I think it's 3 email reminders if they didn't do it the first time. And just, little, hey, don't forget. So this is what happens. You say, hey, please take a moment to review your experience with us. Your feedback only helps us. It helps other potential customers. By the way, this is all customizable. So we can make it say, have your brand voice. If you have a fun voice, or if you want it to say something else, we can change that. You can change that. They can go, yeah, I had a great experience, or I had a bad experience. And good experience goes up here to great. We need your help. Would you share your experience with one of these sites? In other words, will you leave us a review? If they had a bad experience, it goes down here. Again, we can customize all this. Please tell us where we went wrong. We really want to make things right with you, however you want to say that. And then they fill this out, and it goes directly to whoever you decide you want it to go to. And then that person addresses it before they go out and leave a bad review. And then in return, you gain a loyal customer because you fixed the problem. You've been over backwards for them. You made it right. And believe me, they're going to tell people that. Other way, they leave a bad review and you lose business. Again, just kind of reiterating, this is where we go. We go up to one of these things. Most people do Google and Facebook. Some people have, like a lot of my doctors have different other platforms that they want to get reviews on. Fair enough. So we have over 200 you can choose from. But yeah, most go Google, Facebook. Those seem to be the easiest for people, because to leave any kind of feedback, you need to be signed in. And we actually have a tool that takes them to the one that they are already signed in. So it's just real seamless for them. Again, reiterating, capturing the bad reviews before they happen. I like to call it getting in front of the problem and correcting it, and building brand loyalty, and getting a customer for life. With our platform with Pulp Reputation, I call it connections, because another part that I saw when I was doing all my different websites and SEO and stuff, I just really love having that call button and having the web chat. That's easy, makes it easy for people to say, hey, especially for smaller businesses. It's just like they can answer it real quick right there, or the client or the customer can call real easy, real quick. Also, the review us button. Again, there's lots to go over in the demo, but this goes on your emails. This goes on your website. Like, there's a lot of things we can put this review us button, that just on like your newsletters at the bottom. Hey, how we doing? It doesn't have to say review us, but it's a button that takes them through that process that we just went through. Scan QR code. You can actually scan this right now and test it out. But what this is great for, I do this for wineries. How do we do that? It's on their menus that are laminated. A lot of people have like the QR codes that go to their menu online now because of everything that's going. So it's like, hey, here's our menu. Here's our bottle shop. Tell us how we're doing. And boom, like you're sitting there. And this was an idea because I was in Napa and I was with my friends, and my friends from Napa, and we're all enjoying wine and that's like the perfect time. Of course, we're having a great time, and with the QR code there, that's how I sold it. I said, hey, I'm having a great time, and the QR code's there. I'm trying, I'm talking, I'm having fun. I'm gonna QR code it. Everyone like it's a thing now to scan the code, and I'm gonna leave a great review. So that's a good. This is good for restaurants. It's good for everything, but restaurants seem to be, wineries, that kind of thing, breweries seem to be really enjoying the QR code. Promoting, sharing, it's automatic shares to your website and to Facebook. I mean, super huge, because right when you get a great review and you set it to, okay, I want only the 4 or 5 star reviews to get shared. And that's what our system does. It automatically posts on your Facebook page, and it automatically posts, we put a stream on your website as well, right up front too. That's what I say. So people are watching these reviews. It's like testimonials, but real time. And those testimonials on your website, it's like from Debbie from Georgia. No one knows what those mean. I could have made those up. Not that you want to, but it's just not as reliable as looking at Google, really right on their website. And these are real reviews that are happening. So it makes it a little bit more legit. I just went through that. Real quick, these are kind of some of the features that we have. That I went over most of those, but the nice thing about what we do is we don't charge any onboarding or setup. A lot of people charge for that. That's something that I say, no, let's not do that. Subscription, we have a few different packages depending on what your needs are. And if you have multiple locations, give us a call. We can definitely do that. But it's affordable, $250 to $350 a month. And a lot of people are paying thousands of dollars. This was another thing I saw, thousands of dollars for SEO, and nothing was happening. There's a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth because of SEO. And I feel bad about that. And to me, this is just, especially for a startup and really local businesses that really count on that local search and reviews, it's just an affordable tool that really actually makes a difference. So that's what I believe, and that's what I've seen. So that's it. That's just a quick overview of why Pulp Reputation, or why reputation management is so important, why Pulp Reputation is such a great tool. And again, set up a time for the live demo. Give us a call, chat more if you have questions. We're here, and have a great day. Thanks, everybody.